Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I hope you all had a good evening. Today we are going to be making whole wheat biscuits. I told you I had a lot of biscuit recipes. So what we're going to do is, I got my whole, I'm going to first add a half a cup of whole wheat flour. Better turn the oven on at 450. Make sure your shelf is in the middle. Okay. Now to that half a cup of flour, we are going to add 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Bread flour is usually used just for rolls and bread, and all-purpose covers for muffins and things like that, and biscuits. And cake flour is done with cake flour. I learned a trick a long time ago. If you don't have cake flour, how to maneuver without having cake flour in the house. All right, they want 3 teaspoons of baking powder. And they want 1 teaspoon of salt. I don't want to use salt today, so I'll use kelp. And kelp is interchangeable with salt. Kelp has higher iodine and vitamins, whereas the salt has more sodium. Sodium causes you to swell up and retain fluids. That's why they tell you to be careful with your salt intake. Now they want me to mix this up. I don't need this. And they want 6 tablespoons of shortening. Now, if you don't have shortening, you can use lard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And on some biscuit recipes, if you don't have shortening or lard, you can use butter. And they want 2/3 of a cup of milk. Like I told you, I've always make things more nutritious. So I'll add a couple of tablespoons into my powdered milk to add extra protein and calcium, which I've talked about. I have told you about calcium is a tranquilizer, magnesium is a tranquilizer, but you must take them in a balance. In other words, if you have 100 milligrams of calcium, you have to take 50 milligrams of magnesium. That's the balance to the human body. It's a 2-to-1 ratio. So whatever you take in calcium, make sure your magnesium is half of that. doing little things in the kitchen like this help pick up the nutritional value. It's just like when I do vegetables, I don't add the salt to them until I take them out of the water and I'm ready to serve them. Then I save that water and I use it to cook into my rice, my pastas, my gravies. Need I go further? You know, and if I boil potatoes, I save the water. And you can use potato water in your breads or your pasta or as a gravy or whatever you want. Because I leave the skins on, there's a lot of nutrients in that water. And I would like to utilize it and get as much as I can out of the food. Going to make it into a crumb. Well, crumbly flour like this, like I've done. Work the shortening in. And what you're going to do is add this milk. Powdered milk will not interfere with the flavor. The only thing it's going to do is pick up on the protein, and it's also going to add extra calcium into the body. And the B vitamins, well, I could not even begin to name what the B vitamins do, so I'll just let you know that you need them. They're important, they're essential. Of course, there's a lot of other stuff in the whole wheat, grains and stuff, but they don't even know what it does. They don't even have a name for it yet. But they do know that you need them. And when you use white flour, all what you're getting is sugar. Starch, when you say there's starch, that's sugar. The body looks at that as sugar, as you white sugar, brown sugar, molasses. It's all sugar to the body. That's exactly how it registers. And from the readings and from nutritionists, you shouldn't eat that much starch. You should have 1 starch per meal. So I try to do it. I'm not very good at it all the time, but most of the time you'll see 1 starch per meal with me, and I don't make it the main thing. I'll use a lot of vegetables and fruits and salads because it's stated that for every vegetable, this really gets complicated. They say 1 starch per meal, and then they sit there and tell you that you need, for every vegetable that grows underground, you need 2 above. And this keeps the body in harmony with the meat that you eat. So that's a balance. It's hard. I'm not going to say it's easy. I mess up on it, but I do know the rules in my head. I do work at it. Don't always get it down, but I do try. They say that in that ratio, it keeps the body alkaline so you don't get sick. Sick bodies are usually acid. I'm just pressing this together to get it together so I can get the biscuits going. How am I going to serve these? I'm going to serve these. Remember when I talked about the gravy and I had turkey and the gizzards and everything in it? I have a lot left, so we're having it over biscuits today. I figured that'd be a nice way of getting rid of leftovers, and it tastes good on top of everything else. These are great with cherry preserves. I've had them, they're delicious. Now, if you want the sides of the biscuits to be moist instead of dry, you have them closer together. I don't. I want them about a half an inch apart. So if you want to clutter them together, you can. Now we're going to put them in a 450-degree oven. For 12 to 15 minutes, and I will be back as I clean up my mess. I think the biscuits are done. I always tell you, if you're going to check the biscuits, always grab the one in the middle and open it and see if it's done. See? It's done. And that's how you make whole wheat biscuits. I probably have another whole wheat biscuit recipe. I'll probably find it in time. Listen, I hope this helps. If you like the recipe and you like what you see, please give a thumbs up. And if you want to know when I'm making videos, please subscribe, and then that way you'll always get a notice and you'll know what's happening. Take care and bye-bye.